have this other brother, hello, lovely lady back there. All right. We're going to get started with the last speaker. All right. I know it's so sad. We're having so much fun. There's so much knowledge out here. I don't want to go. I know you guys don't want to go. You're having such a great time in the crowd, just sitting there and listening. I know. It's all fun. Okay. Regardless, we got this last brother that's coming up to the stage, and he's a very intelligent young man, very caring, very calm, very patient, great individual to get to know. He's a great asset if you needed some kind of help in your near future or building some kind of future in your careers and stuff to that nature. So if you need him, his name is Stephen Dakers. Everybody got that? Stephen Dakers. He's also on social media. Him and Mr. Clark, both of which are great individuals. The only difference that I can also say is that, he was a former rattler, which also makes him like an extra better individual than most people, only because he's a rattler. So don't hate on the people who didn't go to HBCU. It's not your fault. I promise it's not, all right? Life does go on. We all make poor choices. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to bring Mr. Stephen Dakers up to the stage. He's going to give you another piece of information from him. He represents digital marketing. So we'll go ahead and give our hands up for Stephen. Mr. Stephen.
Hi, my name is Stephen Dakers. I'm a digital marketer. I've been doing that for quite some time now. But today I wanted to talk about the concept that anything's possible. And I'm pretty sure that this isn't really brand new news to anybody here. I'm pretty sure that like when you were a kid, your mom was like, hey, you can be anything you want to be. And to a certain extent you believe it, but then to a certain extent it doesn't move you in any fashion. Like anything is intangible. Like anything is the vastest of the most of everything, and it doesn't actually get you anywhere. So today I really want to talk about if anything's possible, then let's make it happen. Let's go and let's do something so that you can grow and learn from that. Before I really get into what I'll be talking about, I want to talk a little bit about myself because I am a narcissist, and this is my opportunity to do so. Like Hubert said and like Kaz has said, one half of the dynamic duo that makes up the Fourth Quarter Life podcast. Four's up, baby. Four's up. I went to Nova Southeastern University. That's where I got my MBA. I was the director of marketing and the vice president of the Economics and Finance Association. That's why you see me there, like with my GBSA shirt on. I was real proud of that. The majority of my time is either spent with my family. I do get involved in the community. That's why you see that. That was actually from a poem that Kaz recorded the video for, where I was talking about the troubles that our people face in our community. Because I'm in the church, I'm not gonna lie. That top right photo I wanted to tell you guys was me typing as I did some type of SEO or SEM work on Google, but that was actually me eating mannish water at a cookout. It was very good. You drink the broth and eat the mannish water, right? And then as we're on that subject, that middle picture is one of my other passions. I'm a real foodie, and that's me trying to get to a life-sized Big Mac, and my brother like, no, the calories. So, yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I'm going to stay here for a little bit just because I do digital marketing, and I'll touch on it again towards the end. But so the breakdown of what that is I do search management or search engine management and search engine optimization. So essentially, you have a phone, I can tell. Do you have that's Droid or iPhone? So, yeah, so you should have a Google app. If you go to Google and the first place you go to, can you turn the phone around just so I can see it? No, when you actually go into, I might even have it on my phone. No, it wouldn't even be the Play Store, it's just Chrome. If you go into Chrome, can we zoom in on this part? So what you hear a lot of times is people using very complicated language to talk about very simple things. So essentially a query is when you ask a search engine, which is this. It hasn't loaded yet because I had Sprint. But that's your search bar, it means you're on a search engine, right? So whenever you ask your search engine a question, the older people in here, we used to have Ask Jeeves, so that lets you know these are queries. Whenever you ask your search engine anything, it runs a bunch of mathematical equations that, trust me, I don't understand, but I know how to whisper into Google's ear and be like, hey, show them this, right? And then based on how the order that you show them in is essentially how you're gonna click. So like if you say like, what's the best restaurant near me? The top 3 things, more than likely you're gonna click on those, and that's how companies make their money. They really wanna be in those top 3 areas. So I'm the person behind Google like, hey, go get a roti. You know, like that, like something like, and that's essentially what I do on the search side. And then on the social media side, I don't really do as much in organic, but I do a lot in paid. So there's 2 ways to work digital marketing. Either you can really be ever present and always there, and like whenever somebody comments, you comment back, you think of really funny videos, and that's probably how you use your actual social media platform. But this is restricting, guys, I'm sorry. That's probably how you use your actual social media platform. But if I have like a business and I don't want to be there all the time because I'm running my business, I'm gonna just buy it. It costs like 2 cents a click. So I'll just pay the little 2 cents and get you to click on whatever my product is and get you back. Guys, one thing, and I know it doesn't sound great, but like there is real conditioning going on in the market, like whether it be TV or internet, like everything is conditioning you to do certain things, and I'm the person that's programming the conditioning. So thank you. That's a little bit about what I do. How about that? Getting back into things that might make you feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy. We want to talk about the difference between possibility and probability, right? And that's the reason I put the stars up there, because like we talk about, anything being possible is so intangible that it tends not to mean anything to you, right? Like so each one of those stars is the sun. But from that distance, it's a little speck on the screen, you know, like that. If you were to get like close enough to that star, you would burn alive. That star collapses on itself, it makes a black hole. Those things are so impactful, but without the ability to really touch it and grasp it, how can it really mean anything to you? So we want to talk about the difference between possibility and probability. Now that's possibility, and that's good, don't get me wrong, that's possibility. Possibilities are good. We're still on the other. But then when we talk about probability, now we're talking a little bit more mathematical. So now probability is the likelihood of it happening. Now if something's probable, that means that it's literally 51% chance of it happening. And that 51% chance, you know, you're like, okay, I might just roll those dice, you know, like take those risks like Kaz was talking about, or Anthony Clark was talking about, you know. So let's go into possibility. Possibility, the reason that you can tell a child or the youth that anything's possible is because the one thing that is the most precious is time. And as long as you still have time on your hands, then literally anything's possible, right? So when you're 7 years old, the world is yours. You could be president if you want to be. You just gotta get out and go do it. Anything's possible, right? Like there's so much opportunity. That's the other thing that I want to speak on. Opportunity. What can I do? Literally endless amounts of opportunities. What's something that you like? Anything that you like. Just one thing that you like. It doesn't have to be deep. Doesn't have to be philosophical. Just it can be butterflies. Don't care.
Clothes.
In today's society, the fact that you like clothes, you can start a clothing business and sell clothes online. The business takes $150 to get your LLC, and then you can get the website off the ground for about another $100. And I'm talking about a dope website. If you don't want to do a lot of back-end coding, you can do it. You can do it in Wix or Weebly, you know, and really have a really nice product. Sell clothes. If you want to manufacture clothes, I don't recommend it personally, but it's very cost effective to go to China and have them manufacture the clothes for you. Then you can sell the clothes like that, like there. I'm sorry?
What is an LLC?
An LLC is a limited liability corporation. So what that means is that as opposed to, it protects the owner, and it has tax implications as well. I'm not really gonna get into the tax implications, but just understand that as a sole proprietor, you are there's pass-through taxation, and you are liable for almost everything, or everything. With the LLC, it gives you a corporation's front, but then you have the tax benefits as if you're a sole proprietor. That was a little bit more technical than I was expecting to get. I did not study for that test. I did not. So this concept of possibility being endless and bountiful is really, really cool, but it's not very tangible, like I was just saying. So then we go into probabilities. Wow. And now probabilities start coming in when you start making a plan, right? Now I'm gonna be back and forth with this between possibilities and probabilities and how you get there, because you start with possibilities. When you're born, you have nothing but possibilities, and every day you go on, the possibilities become a little bit more limited, but still vast, right? But then when you start creating that plan, now, okay, I don't know how to get $1 million. I know how to get $1 though. You know, like that's pretty simple. So if I can, once I go ahead and I get $1, then the next step is, okay, how do I get $10? And you're really, from nothing, you can't guarantee that you know how to get $10. So your plan can't be to get to $10. Certainly can't be to get to $1 million. That's a reach goal, right? But we can imagine and understand, take tactical steps to get to $1. Then to get to 10 once you've gotten to 1, because once you've gotten to 1, it's now a matter of multiplicity. How many times can I do what I did to get to 1, right? And then in the process of getting to 1 and getting to 10, understand these numbers, the way that math works is going to go from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000, and these are big jumps. That means that in order to get through these jumps, what you're going to have to do is learn, refine, and fix, get better at what you're doing. So once you figure out how to get from 1, then you're at 10, oh wait, no, I like this, let me go to 100. And then I don't want to lie to you guys. You guys are it's gonna be a possibility that you're at 100 for a while. You might even have to go back to 50 for a little bit. You're like, oh, 50 not that bad. Reassess your situation, figure out how do I get back to 100. And now I'm back at 100, but my will is stronger. My understanding is better, so now I really know how to get to 1,000. Now we at 1,000. Understand, we're still not at a million yet, guys. It doesn't go from 1,000 to 1 million. It goes from 1,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to 1 million. There's a process there. There's a process there. You have to understand it, and it starts with the smaller plans that grow into the bigger plans. We'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Oh, Leon, this is where I really need you to work with me, because this is where the transitions are. It's going to be really cool. Watch. So the first part of write, do, fix is write it down. Whatever it is that you want to do, write it down. I put it as write it down so it sounds simple, but it's not. Because if you just write something down, it has no value. But you have to architect the plan, right? You have to make the steps. This is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do. And then moreover, you have to hold yourself accountable to those steps. So now this is one thing. How many people like to win? How many people enjoy taking L's? Not that like I understand it happens, but I want to get me a good L today. I go on the basketball court, I'm a lady's quick bricks, you know? Like that's not how it works. So understand, in your plan, it's a rigged game. You set it all up. Like Kaz knows, and I'm gonna use myself as an example, right? Kaz, Anthony Clark. When we first got together to do business, did I set myself up for success or failure with the goals that I made?
Failure.
Absolutely set myself up for failure. And set me down a horrible path. Like I was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing so bad in life. Wanna know why? Because I told myself I was gonna be a millionaire in a year and I ain't had no money or no job. Like, why set yourself up for failure, guys? Like remember, the possibility is the fact that you have time. Use it. Because what's really going to help you is the consistency. When you're talking about being an entrepreneur, there are the Steve Jobs and there are the Mark Zuckerbergs out there who did it really quickly, and that's great for them. Wonderful. Woohoo. That's possible, but not probable. Don't make your plan to be Zuckerberg in the same way that you wouldn't make your plan to be Jay-Z. These things are possible. You can want to do those things. They can happen. But when you're sketching out your plan, go what's probable. Like set, like I said, the steps, and you'll get there. And then what happens is when you keep doing things correctly, leaps come that you can't see. Like if you're doing things appropriately, people are watching you. They know. And then when they get an opportunity that comes by and it's going to weigh on them, they're going to go to the person who they see has been consistent that whole time. And now their blessing becomes your blessing, and now y'all both double blessed, right? So that's the concept of making the plan, right? The next one, my man Leon. Do the work, right? Like, so you set out the plan, and that's hard, right? The next step is I actually have to do this now. Right, like, okay, well, these are the steps, and the first step is wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I set my alarm clock, and I rolled back over. Like, you didn't do that. And the problem is that when you don't do something, you can't assess it, right? Or you can, like, hopefully you take it out, but if you know you're not giving your all, you leave it in there, and now you're wasting time. You're wasting possibilities, right? So let's say your plan was, I want to lose weight, and I'm going to run 5 miles every day, and the first day you get out there and you run 3. Could you have run 2 more? Then you purposely defeated your own plan. You have to stick to your own plan. Do the work. And do the work consistently, because what's going to happen is when you first start doing it, everybody's going to be like, oh, you're so amazing. You're doing the work, because there's a change there. But they're going to get used to that. Nobody's going to sit there and praise you like as though that's their job to give you praise. Like, okay, no, they become accustomed to this is what that person does. That's wonderful. And now you have to intrinsically motivate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to tell yourself, like, hey, I still need to do this. And then you're going to be doing it, and you're not going to be, there's what's called in economics the diminishing returns. Right? So you're going to keep doing it, and at first you were getting 15 better and 30 better, and then now you're getting like 0.5 better, and you're like, what is going on here? Like, all right, this isn't even worth the effort, and that's wrong, because consistency is going to kill them every time. Like, if you can consistently produce, that's what wins. It's the tortoise and the hare. It's the rabbit and the turtle. I don't even know why they call it a tortoise and a hare. Like, that's just confusing for no reason. But overall, what I'm saying is you can get there really fast. You can get there really fast. You can take your time to get there. But if you take your time to get there methodically, not only do you learn along the way, but you can repeat it and duplicate it, and it's a more long-lasting success. And then the last one is fix. Now, that is what's going to save us from the evil machines. When iRobot comes and they start telling us that there's no more customer service jobs, this, that, and the other, the ability to fix something is going to be what it is. And when I say fix, what do I mean? I have the wrench there, but I don't really mean like fixing a car. I'm talking about innovation. Right? So now you've made a plan, you've judged it against your actions, and now you have what's experience. Experience is invaluable. Right? It's like, I have a master's degree. Coming out of school, I was like, hey, I know everything about everything. You guys should listen to me. And quickly, people who have been in business for a long time said, you know very little about very much. Like, you're not nearly as smart as you think, because you can't predict anything because you haven't done it. I can tell you, I can compute numbers. Yay, wonderful. I have a calculator. That's what Excel's for. But from a business perspective, what do you know? Like, if can you tell me, based on the fact that you've done it, that if I give you this amount of money, what type of return I'll be able to get? No. But I can make a pivot table. And that was our conversation until you get that experience. So once you get that experience and you think with analytical mind, now you can begin to innovate. So we speak on all these people and all the amazing things that they've done. It doesn't have to be all that. Like, have you ever heard the phrase, that's the best thing since sliced bread? The person who made sliced bread neither invented slicing nor bread. He thought to himself, I'd rather not have to cut this every time, yo. I eat bread every day. I don't want to cut it. It'd be way quicker if somebody cut it for me. Sliced bread, best thing. Bow, easy. And then that leads us so this entire thing has been really about intrinsic motivations and self, right? And because once you position yourself in this time, my man Leon, there's a unique opportunity. Oh yeah, right? There really is no limit, as I was saying earlier, with the access to the internet that we have and the access to social media platforms. Anything that you like to do, if given enough dedication and will, you can make it make you money. It doesn't have to be as simple as selling shirts. You can become a platform for people who want to sell shirts. You know, like it really doesn't matter what you want to do. If you're consistent with it, you can do it and it can make you a lot of money. And moreover than it can make you a lot of money, because that's neither here nor there, the fact of the matter is, regardless of how much money you make, if you don't like what you're doing, you're gonna hate doing it, right? So the opportunity that we have here today is either going forward, I'm gonna do what I like to do, or I'm gonna do what I have to do. You see what I'm saying? Like I can make these sacrifices now, and let's talk about sacrifices for a second. Because people think that sacrifices, well, as the experiences come, you'll see what the sacrifices are. And the sacrifices are really rough. Because let's just be honest, everybody around you isn't going to have the same spirit as you. And at a certain point, you're going to have to think to yourself, well, I'm around a lot of people who are not adding. They're not bad people, but they're not adding to what I'm trying to do. Not saying that, not necessarily that they have to do exactly what you do, but they're not adding anything. So every moment that you spend with somebody that's not adding anything to you is another opportunity lost to do something great, right? Like just think about it like that. If I'm spending so much time with people who aren't adding anything to the equation, then I'm literally stagnant. Things that are not stagnant, either they're growing or they're dying. If you're stagnant, you're dead, right? So those are the type of sacrifices that you're going to end up having to make. I'm not saying to cut all your friends off now, but you're going to start seeing your friends fall to the wayside. And when friends fall to the wayside, they don't just fall into obscurity. They're going to have some opposition. These are things that are going to come when you want greatness. Limitless opportunity. So I guess I'll close with this. It was really supposed to be closed with that little thing that I did right there with the opportunities to want to do or have to do. But really, that's it. When you leave here today, it's really going to be thinking to myself, going forward, am I going to carve my own path? Whether that be have my own business, whether that be the executive of somebody else's business, whether that be I want to be an internet celebrity, whatever it is you want to do. Am I going to choose that, or am I going to let life force that upon me, right? Because either way, you're going to have, you need shelter. You know, that's something you need. You're going to have to eat, right? So money's going to have to come in one way or another. So either life is going to tell you, hey, you waited too long, boom, go get a job somewhere, or you're going to be like, I see you coming. Yeah, what's up? And you're going to really be able to box with life. And I thank you for your time.
That was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Y'all enjoy that? Give another hand for Mr. Stephen Dacus. That was awesome. You see how us rattlers do? I mean, just throw it out there. One is to put more on fam. The rattlers all day long. I see we them rares in the building. Don't worry, y'all still clueless. It's okay. Until you come to fan, you will know. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. I remember earlier in the program, I mentioned to you that we had a poem called Life is Just a Tiny Minute. I'm going to say it again. And then I'm going to ask you all, if you don't mind, to say it with me. All right, so I'm going to say it first. Then we're going to go through it again. Life is just a tiny minute. No. See. Okay. They supposed to not listen to me. What's wrong with y'all? What's going on with y'all adults? Okay? I'm going to say it first, the whole thing, and then y'all going to say it after me. I can see how that's confusing. I'm going to say it a different way. I'm going to say the whole poem, and then I'm going to repeat the poem, and then we're going to go back and forth. Does that understand? That make sense? That was my bad. So I apologize, adults. That was me. I'll take that. Life is just a tiny minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon you, you can't refuse it. You didn't seek it and you didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You'll be accountable if you abuse it. You will suffer if you lose it. Just a tiny minute, but eternity lies in it. All right, so now it's your turn, okay? Life is just a tiny minute. Only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. And you didn't choose it. but it is up to you to use it. You will suffer if you abuse it. You'll be accountable if you lose it. Just a tiny minute, but eternity lies in it. Beautiful, beautiful. Take that with you, young people. All right? We touched on some very thing points. We'll bring my pastor up here. Remember, at the goals of everything, discipline's at the beginning of every goal. Consistency was going to help in your success. And also remember your integrity. What is it that you stand for? Are you going to cheat people out their money, or you can actually give quality information or quality materials to the people that pay you? All righty? Thank you all so much for your time. Thank you again for coming out. I'm giving it all to Pastor.
Come on, y'all put your hands together for our presenters today. Come on, did y'all learn something today? All right. I truly want to say a good thank you to the ones who set this whole meeting up, Yolande and Hubert and Kathy. Come on, put your hands together for them. Put your hands together for all our presenters that came today, young men, and Kathy also. This is really, really good information, really, really good information. And as I think it was Hubert who alluded to the fact that when they were growing up and when we were growing up, we didn't have this information like you have it now. And I just pray that you will make use of what you're learning. You know, and the poem that he says at the end was very, very, it's a short poem, but it's a very, very important message for us to learn as children. Somebody also alluded to the dash between your beginning and the end, and it simply means you have a very short period of time. You will be accountable if you lose your time. That is so true. And so young people, you are where you are because of what you've done with your time, okay? So wherever you get in life, when you find yourself, if you sit back and you think about it, wherever you are, if you're in jail, if you're a CEO, if you are a teacher, a preacher, whatever you are, it's all depends on what you did with your time. So make good use of your time. Remember the 3 decisions in life, the 3 Ds of life that I taught most of you. What are the 3 Ds of life? Decision determines direction. Direction determines your destiny. So you've got to make the right decisions. All right? Is that good? All right, let me say a big thank you to all of you that's come out this afternoon. This is just an awesome, awesome seminar. Glad to see so many young men out here, too. That's good. That's really, really good. And we're going to do this again. And I think I heard Pastor Sandra say she wants the presenters to come one Sunday morning. And, you know, we have 200-300 people here and present to them, too. So we'll work that and get you back in here. We so appreciate you, and we're so grateful, and we're so thankful for all of you, and our own Kathy also. All right? All right, so we're going to close. Everybody stand up. I am so proud of Hubert and Yolande. I remember, let me share a little story about Hubert. Hubert is really big now, but there was a time when Hubert used to crawl underneath the chairs. I have pictures to prove it. But I'm just so proud of them. They went away to college, came back, and now using their gifts and their talents to help in the local community and to give back to the community. I think we need to put our hands together for them again. For every young person who go to college, come back, and give back to the community. And it's so good. And you know, I mainly work around rich white people. And it's so good to see educated black folks. You don't know how that makes me feel. You know, you're not walking around here with your pants all the way down here, you know, looking all stupid, you know, but you speak intelligently, you can make a presentation, you know, so we all ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? And we all ain't on the street corners. Some of us have went to school, got our education, graduated, and are assets in the society. And that's the message that we want to present to the world. Touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, It's time that they see something differently. It's time. It's time. It really is time. All right. Connect with your brother, your sister. And that's another thing we want to get. We are brothers and sisters. We ain't dogs, and the girls is not bees. Are you hearing me? We are brothers and sisters. I'm back in the day when I was growing up, we used to say, yo, bro, what's up? Not yo, dog. Or what's up, dog? We don't do that. Hey, bro, sister, what's happening? How you doing, sister? It was spelled S-I-S-T-A. All right, we need to get back to those days. Brothers and sisters. All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this awesome event, it's a wonderful occasion. We thank you for everyone that has come, participated, our presenters, and God, the ones who have put this meeting together. We're so grateful, we're so thankful for that which you're using them to do in the society and to touch the lives of our young people. God, they've got their education, they're coming back and they're sharing, and we're grateful and we're so thankful. I pray right now, God, that your hand will continue to be up on them, and everything they do, Father, I pray that it will come to fruition and be a big success, that one day we will see them internationally, nationally, leading the charge in our nation. And for this, Father, we're careful to give you thanks. Father, the food that we're about to consume, thank you for the hands that have prepared it. I pray that you bless and sanctify it right now. For it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. So we have refreshments back here. But before everybody go, I need everybody to meet somebody you did not know before. Get their names and just say hi or whatever it is. All right? Yolanda?
How are you?